Maneesha as well, and it started in October last year. I followed a workshop on dying, and from the first moment I thought, I want you guys, I want the people I know also to know a little bit more about the work that Maneesha does, and who can do that better than Maneesha herself. So in June I asked her in her busy schedule if she had some time to come over to the Netherlands, and you did. So here we are, and thank you all of you to come here from Amsterdam, The Hague, whatever, all areas, to this place right now. And to give you a little bit of background of Maneesha, I've got it here on my hand, so I wouldn't forget. 5 things. Number 1, she's a nurse, a general nurse, and a psychiatric nurse, and a midwife. She was chief appointed editor of OSHO. She has written many books on meditation. She's a psychotherapist and facilitator, and she meditation facilitator, and we run these kind of workshops worldwide. So after this, it will be Japan and Norway and Denmark and India. So I'm so honored that you are here and to share your work of OSHO, what you learned and what you've evolved, and to share it with us. And I'm so grateful for you guys that you come here to make it possible here. And the lights are out. So let's start.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me and getting our friends together in this beautiful venue in the woods. How amazing is that? Is the light okay? I sort of dimmed it because it felt hot having them on, but you don't feel frightened, do you? We can look at that fear.
Yeah, I would like to start off talking a bit about OSHO Sammasati and my passionate personal interest in preparing to die consciously, what that means, and why I feel it's a no-brainer. Of course, why wouldn't one want to be conscious of death? Very much aware that that's a very weird notion for most people. So I'd like to talk to you about that and explain why I've arrived at that understanding. And Tim's already introduced me, so I would like to hear from you guys a little bit about you, who you are, your names, of course, what's brought you here, and just very briefly any encounters with dying, your own or that of other people. And then really just to open up things for anything you would like to say around death and dying, and with some meditations, because as you'll see through the evening, my work is meditation based. To be conscious in dying as in living, the foundation is meditation. So we'll intersperse the talking and the sharing with meditation, and some exercises, dyads, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Dying is clearly a journey we all must go on. It's inevitable. It's that person gazing up at the snow-capped mountains. It's a journey, it's a strange sort of journey, because we never get any postcards back from those who've already gone on it saying, hey, don't take that right path, take the left one, or what you need to bring with you and what you absolutely shouldn't bring with you. So we know very little about it, don't we? We know it's inevitable. As I say, we don't hear back from those generally who've gone on that journey. We don't even know where the starting point will be or when it will be. We don't know what to take with us. We know on the journey of dying, which is the journey we're talking about, we can't take anything physical with us. We don't know seemingly the path or what we're going to encounter. We don't know any journey like it seems, in life. We can't take anyone else with us, though, strangely enough, we all have to go on it. We can't actually go through the death experience, even if we're jumping off a cliff with our beloved. Physically, we seem to be going together, but actually, our journey will be very individual, won't it? It's a journey for which there's no map. Those are some of the similarities I see between a journey that you might take, like this guy's about to take, and the journey that dying is. So for me, it's absolutely, this is the very time when we need to be conscious, when we're going on a journey that is so full of unknowns. This is even if we've stumbled through life unconsciously, absolutely, at our death, we want to be present to it, alert. And of course, if we understand that, we will understand we need to start preparing in life. Because of the nature of this journey, as I say, that we don't know when it's going to be our time, and just, white-haired people aren't necessarily at the front of the queue. Another analogy I use, which is really, really close to me because I have been a midwife, is, as Osho says, understand that we're all pregnant with death. That when we're born, the moment we're born, in a way, we've already started dying. We have the seed of death in us, and as we go through life, that potential, that which we're carrying in us becomes more and more evident. And if you imagine then, if we accept, yes, we are pregnant with death, it's not that death suddenly descends on us, disconnected from the process we call living. You can think of a young girl, unmarried, let's go back to the less enlightened ages of, say, the 50s and 60s. If someone got pregnant, maybe she's a 15-year-old girl, not even sure who the father is. Maybe her parents, when they find out she's pregnant, tell her she can't come in the home, she's not welcome. So she's ashamed, she's guilty, she's frightened. Maybe she sort of tries to hide the pregnancy. She doesn't know about antenatal care. She doesn't have many resources, so she's not eating particularly healthily for this new life that's coming in. And of course, when her time comes, when she starts going to labour and her body's in pain in the contractions, she's freaked out and fearful. And the pain grows, and as you're probably aware, when we resist pain, it is exacerbated, yes? We tighten against what's happening. How many of you are mums, by the way? How many of you given birth? Okay. None of the guys? So you particularly, those of us who've had kids, know that when you tighten against the contractions and this child descending, it's much worse. So our hypothetical 15-year-old is freaked out, can't cooperate, energy all over the place. Finally, this child that has to be born comes out screaming, the mother's distraught, can't take any part in what could otherwise be an absolutely amazing, sacred event. That's one scenario. Going through this very primal transitional process, unprepared, unconscious, resistant, ignorant. Then take someone else, say a girl of 20, 22, with a partner that she's very much in love with. They conceive a child out of their love. He even comes to antenatal classes with her. She's taught what's the changes are going to happen to her body. She gets nutritional advice. She's taught how to be with contractions when they come. She's educated that at some point, her waters will break and what she can expect. when she's ready to deliver, the moment comes, maybe her husband's there holding her hand and lovingly rubbing her back and encouraging her, and the midwives are reminding her, now breathe, now push, now don't push, just pant as the head comes out. And then, the child emerges, and it's a totally amazing, awesome experience that you've given life to someone else. So for me, that's such a strong illustration of the difference between going through something unconsciously compared to understanding this is a process, it's part of your life, and to be conscious in it, to be present to it, to own it. It's a no-brainer. So, and also I understand you're all meditators. Is that true? Everyone has some experience. Do you all consider yourself meditators?
No.
Everyone can. So my presumption will be then that you know to live consciously, to be present to the moment, to be aware of yourself, to have some clarity about your direction in life, to be able to watch reactiveness and not be blindly carried away by emotions or thoughts, to respect your body. This is a given that, is it not, that living like that makes every moment so much richer and fuller than stumbling through your day just as a series of routines to be got through, barely being present. Life is then very flat, without much significance or joy. We arbitrarily call a part of everyday living dying, though as I say, actually we'd be dying from birth, but we call part of this process of existing living, and then another part we call dying, and think that that's quite separate. But however we've lived is going to be part of this, what is after all simply a continuum, isn't it? If we've lived unconsciously, that's going to be how we approach dying. Conversely, if we want to die consciously, if we want to be present to this awesome event, we need to prepare for it through living consciously. And I don't know if that was your experience, Pim, in having done that workshop, experiential inquiry, and then post that experience. But without fail, all participants we have about 5 or 6 workshops around different aspects, say at some point, oh, it's not about dying, or it's just as much about living. And so this is the other amazing thing for me, when other people who are not meditators, or when I say I work with death, invariably the reaction is, oh, how morbid, what a freak I am to be involved in it. But for me, being immersed in this subject, and I am pretty much immersed in it all my waking hours, only makes me more passionate about life, only gives me a greater appreciation, and my gratitude is so much more conscious and present. So many times I just stop during the day inwardly and just sort of think, wow, how amazing is this? And, I'm going to be 69 soon, and I just feel every day is a bonus. And I'm sure it's my work with death, because it's like a meditation for me, that it's keeping me aware, Maneesha, this is not forever. Darling, it's finite. So while it's here, and while you're able of body and mind, be in life as totally as you can, with the openness and lovingness and joy. So because of what working with death does for me, I'm just so passionate about working with people who also want to start exploring death.